one nice, interesting game for you, actually. Are you ready to have a little fun?
Yes.
Okay, so I've got your quick scenario. So it's our chaos or control game, right? So let's try to see what would you do here. You have 3 teams and 1 deadline. All right. We will call them Team A, Team B, and Team C. So Team A has perfect documentation, but 0 communication. Team B talks all day, connects deeply, but constantly misses metrics.
Okay.
Are you with me? Okay.
Yes.
And the last one, Team C, has no process at all, but somehow keeps delivering magic every time. So my question to you is, if you had to lead one tomorrow, which one would you choose and what's the first thing you would fix? Let's first think.
This is a tough question.
Yes.
Because
Let's
I want to
first think-
choose two.
Let's first think about which one would you choose? Let's say, for which one would you go, A, B, or C?
I think I would go with the one in the middle because they already have their communication nailed down, meaning they behave as a team. So they have those interpersonal connections already formed. And even though they may lack a process, they may lack documentation, they're not meeting deadlines, there's potential. Because in terms of communication, they have that nailed down. And I do believe, based on the teams that I've seen so far, it's much easier to bring structure to a team that is already formed and they don't have challenges in terms of how they communicate with each other on a day-to-day basis. And the fact that they don't hit deadlines, it can mean one of several things. They don't have the processes in place. They don't understand the priorities. Priorities maybe aren't communicated to them. But I think these are all things that are potentially fixable. But if you have the team that is not communicating, then that may be a little bit tricky. Now, I'm not saying that it's not fixable by far, but it may be a little bit tricky because you might have situations where you've got low performers, high performers, people that are not speaking up, conflicts, burnout, multiple different things. So although it's not an ideal answer, I would call it, and it's a really tricky question because it's not the kind of question where we have a straightforward answer and you can say this is definitely the right answer. So, really good one.
Thanks a lot, Simina. And I think that this is very subjective, right? So it's there is no right answer here. It's just your personal opinion. And that's what I wanted to hear from you because it's very tricky. As I think that all 3 teams that we mentioned, they have their own way of chaos, right? So different kind of chaos. But thank you. I can see it's interesting point. But I actually get why would you choose that. And it opened my views a little bit longer because when I was making this logical one, if I can share my opinion for this.
Sure.
So,
I'm curious.
As I say, 2 colleagues, right, in the same field. So I would, for example, maybe on the first, looking at this, I would go with the last one. So the messy one that still delivers, right? So because, I don't know, I would rather shape that raw energy than to force some fake orders. Let's say what can happen with, for example, Team A. So I think that a chaotic team, if they're really in a mess, but coming with assumption that there is trust already, even though they are messy, because messy teams can also have trust, right? I mean, develop trust.
Yeah, for sure.
So chaotic teams, like for example with trust, they can evolve even more. A perfect team with no spark, for me, it just maintains. There is no progress in that, if you must agree. And that's the thing that's about leadership, because it's not about control, it's more about directing them. But I think that Team B and Team C are actually in a very close, I would say, connection. Because those are great. They have a bond. But I believe that Team A I would never go for. And I think that we agree about that one completely. Teams with perfect docs and documentation, but 0 communication, I couldn't work with that, honestly, to be honest with you.